Hi everyone, thank you for having me here. So my talk, Life in 19 Words, is based on the last 3 or so years of my life, and I'm going to touch on 2 challenges I faced in that time. One is career related and the other is personal. And even though this is my story, I hope there is something in it that can resonate with every one of you here in some way. So on that note, Ed, let's go. Okay, so let's start with something good. After 8 years of studying hard, working hard, taking hard exams, I was really proud to qualify as a solicitor, something I'd been aiming for as long as I can remember. But the law firm I did my training contract with told me they had no vacancies available on qualification. And I was so hurt afterwards, I just cried down the phone to my mum because it's a very competitive profession and I didn't know what I was going to do next. So I was relieved and elated when I was offered a great job in another great firm. And I thought that life itself would be great from then on. And it was for a while. But after about a year, I started to feel seriously unhappy and I couldn't understand why, because I thought this was what I'd always wanted. And I felt guilty because many other people would have loved the job that I had and I just didn't. And I started questioning whether everything I'd worked so hard for had been a waste of time. I was confused. Maybe being a lawyer wasn't the right thing for me at all. But I didn't know what else I had to offer. But I made the somewhat foolish decision to abandon law for a profession I knew nothing about and take a big pay cut with it. But my happiness was always more important to me than money. But it wasn't long before I realised I'd screwed up and I'd got myself lost. I was now in a cold calling based job and I despise cold calling. And I would hide away in the corner of the office writing emails and hoping I would get away with it, which of course I didn't. And I became uncomfortably worried that I wasn't destined to be both good at and satisfied with anything. But then I realised something that had been in front of me all along, which was a love for writing. So I was very grateful when a Cardiff advertising agency hired me. And as soon as I discovered this new creative world, I knew it was where I was supposed to be. But about a month into my new job, I came home on the evening of the 17th of July 2014 to a phone call from my mum that made me go numb. She told me that a plane, MH17, had been shot down in Ukraine and 4 members of my family were feared to have been on it. They were my Uncle Andrew, my Aunt Estella, and my 2 little cousins, Jasper, who was 14, and Friso, who was 12. For about a week after, I couldn't tear myself away from watching the news on repeat. I would torture myself looking at graphic photos of the crash site on social media. And when I would shut my eyes to sleep, I was haunted by images of bodies falling from the sky. And I was angry with the people that did this, that it had happened to my family, with the media that hounded us by phone, knocking on our door. One even tailed our car. And for a while afterwards, I felt pointless as a human. The experience changed me as a person. But then I found blogging, and it inspired me. It was an outlet, an escape from the negative feelings, and it seemed to inspire others too. And doing this helped me find a new perspective on life and the way I was living it. So a few months later, I made the brave decision to start my own copywriting business. I didn't really know what I was doing. I'd never done anything like that before, but I hadn't been so excited about something for a long time. So on my 27th birthday, I was on my own. And that was a vulnerable position to have put myself in. Any security of work or income I'd had was gone, and the only person I had to rely on then was me. But as scary as that was, I soon appreciated it was also equally as brilliant because I was completely liberated. I got to create work that I loved, that other people wanted, and get paid for it. Running a business has reformed my quality of life because I'm free. I get to choose how much I work and how much I live. Life never turns out as you expect it to. I don't think I would be doing what I'm doing now had MH17 not happened. Please don't wait for a bad experience to push you to do whatever it is you actually want to do with your career or your life. Having said that, I'm alive. You are all alive. And that in itself is an incredible thing. And I would ask that you never, ever take it for granted. Thank you for listening.